My name's Jane Anderson, and I grew up in Thief River Falls, Minnesota, about 5 miles west on Highway 1 on a small grain and beef farm. I graduated, I went K-12 through the local school district, and I graduated from Lincoln High School. I went to Bemidji State University, and then after that, I was a vocal music performance major. So, as you can imagine, there weren't a whole lot of jobs just, dying to get their hands on me. So I spent 6 years sort of being a traveling gypsy performer. And, sometimes I made a living at it, and other times, I had a lot of odd jobs. I nannied in the Minneapolis area, and I did summer stock in Big Fork, Montana at a wonderful little theater. I did go to grad school for a while for music theater. And I spent a couple of years in San Francisco working and performing in that area. So I came back to Thief River just to finish up my second degree, my education degree. I had about 3/4 of my ed degree completed, but I needed to get out of school when I did. So I finished with my music degree. And then 6 years later, I went back to finish off my ed degree so that I could move back to California. And I ended up staying here. I landed a job at the local college, worked there for 22 years, but I also did theater on the side for that whole time because I just decided I can't live in a small town. Even though I love the town and I was really happy to be back with family and friends, I cannot live in a town without a theater, without performance opportunities. So a small group of people, well, actually, Jim and Jan Strandley kept hounding me, saying we need a community theater in this town. And my thought was, well, yeah, you should start one, and then I'll perform in it, and maybe direct a show or two. It'll be great. Well, it turned out that I became part of that committee. So Jim and Jan and I and several other people banded together and started this community theater. The mission of the Thief River Falls Area Community Theater is twofold: to provide local performance artists with outlets for creative expression, and to provide high quality shows for local audiences. So we're always thinking about the people in the community. And I think a result of that is that we are so grassroots. We have sprung out of the community, and we continue to grow and create branches so that we try to stay current with what people want, but also sometimes you have to go backwards a little bit too. There might be a piece that, like our kids, this surprised me. Our kids a few years ago, we decided to do The Sound of Music. Now, don't get me wrong, I love that show. I've always loved that show. But as somebody who's been in the business her whole life, I have been in it twice. I've seen it on stage at least 10 times. I've seen the movie probably 100 times. I don't ever need to do that show again. But, it's not, I don't make all the decisions. And when it was decided that we'd go with Sound of Music, I thought, well, okay. We can do it. I don't love it. I don't love doing it, but we can do it. But I changed my perspective when it was announced to the high school and the middle schoolers. They were so excited. Social media just blew up. They were just ecstatic. And I thought, I've had my chance. I had my chance in high school to do that show. And, sometimes you have to give other people a chance. And I think it's really great that we're able to take something that was written so long ago and has been enjoyed for so long and give it to our kids now. So that was a whole, for me, my brain just said, we need to keep doing some of these old shows for those kids because they haven't had their chance and they love them. So we usually do a larger scale adult musical. We do small cast serious plays sometimes. We did Death of a Salesman in 2019, which was a major project for us, and I am so proud of the outcome. It was really a show that I think people talked about afterwards, you know, how it affected them. There are a lot of people in the audience who had studied that show in college but had never seen it on stage. It's oftentimes read in, well, even high school literature classes, but yet it's not performed all that often because it's very difficult. So, you know, we do shows like that sometimes too. Sometimes it's for the growth of the people on stage. Sometimes it's for the growth of the audience, which a lot of times that's the same thing. But sometimes it's just because it's a project that one of our people wants to do. And it may not be an audience favorite, but we don't care, because we know that you have to please. We say we work for people on both sides of the curtain. The future, I think we will continue to grow and build. Like I said, I'm hoping to put some new programs on stage. We say that we are here for, you know, the entire community. Then I think we need to be here for, we need something for absolutely everyone. That's my mantra, my goal.